Perfect.
Hey everybody, it's Alfredo Brown here with Football Guys, and as we get closer to the NFL draft, I'm going to be taking a look at some of these draft prospects that I really like after watching on film. Now, I'm sure dynasty and fantasy managers are wondering who could be that next late round sleeper, that next steal, and right now, I'm asking the question, is Kennedy Brooks, the running back from Oklahoma, the next Elijah Mitchell? Let's take a look at his production profile. Kennedy Brooks is a 23-year-old redshirt senior. At 5'11", 209 pounds, he went to the combine and he ran a 4.59 in the 40-yard dash. Now in 2018, as a freshman, he got off to a fantastic start, rushed for over 1,000 yards, and was the USA Today Freshman All-American. Now in 2019, as a sophomore, he followed that up with another plus 1,000 yards in just 10 games as a rusher. It's actually really crazy that he's able to do that at such a young age. Then in 2020, he opted out due to COVID. And in his final season in 2021 as a senior, he rushed for over 1,200 yards and 13 touchdowns. Not to mention in his last game as a collegiate ball player, he was the Alamo Bowl offensive MVP going up against Oregon, where he rushed for 142 yards and 3 touchdowns. Now, he's a pretty impressive runner, but I do think that he's just going underneath the radar at this point. He's a guy that had great production in Oklahoma, but he just doesn't wow you with his elite athletic skills. Now, he does have some strengths that I think could really translate well to the NFL. Let's take a look at that. Now, he can excel in multiple run schemes, and that's what he did over at Oklahoma. He's a smooth style downhill runner that I think would work great in a zone run concept. Now, he manipulates defenders in such a way that shows that he's a smart football player, point blank. That's the only way to think of it. He draws them in towards his blockers, and then he makes a one simple cut, and he typically gains a huge chunk of yardage. Now, he's a player that averaged 7 yards per carry in college. In 2021, he had 25 carries of more than 15 yards. That was 5th in the NCAA. For a guy running a 4.59, that's not that bad. Now, he's not overly sudden or quick, but he's just really good at making defenders miss. Like I mentioned, he's a smart running back. So with subtle hip movement, excellent contact balance, and I really mean excellent contact balance, the guy does not go down. In 2021, he had 60 forced tackles missed. That was 18th in the NCAA. I'm telling you, take a second look at Kennedy Brooks. He's one of those guys that you might want to grab in the late second or early third round of your dynasty rookie drafts. Now for the NFL draft, I think he's going to be a day 3 prospect. I could see him going in the 5th or 6th round, maybe even as high as the 4th. I think he'd be an awesome fit for my team, the Miami Dolphins, and Mike McDaniel's zone run scheme. We'll all have to wait and see what happens in the NFL draft, but I do think that Kennedy Brooks could be the next Elijah Mitchell.